Hey Tickies, guess what? I bought a new cup, so I'm doing a mini inspired by my cup again. Let's get into it. I really hope you like it. So as you can see, I started off by painting two of my nails white, then my ring finger has a light blue, and then the pinky has a dark blue to match the colours on my cup. I just wanted to quickly show you a close-up of my cup. Isn't it pretty? I love it so much. So the white, of course, is OPI's Alpine Snow. The light blue is China Glaze's Bohemian Escape. And then the very darkest blue on my pinky is called Keeping Suzi at Bay, and that's from OPI. I'm also going to be using these Mermaid scale vinyls from Love Angeline. Of course, all the details about everything I use will be in the description box down below, as per usual. Now, of course, don't forget to use a good quality top coat over your base color before placing any vinyls on your nails. I'm, as per usual, going to be using Seche, or have used Seche Vite. Make sure that you wait at least 15 minutes before placing the vinyl. That way you can be assured that nothing bad's going to happen. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't know if you could see on the cup that there is like a mermaid scale kind of pattern, which is where the little flowers go. And I'm going to be using OPI's Alpine Snow onto a latex free sponge, which I haven't pre-dampened. No particular reason, I just didn't do it. And we're going to add the white to this nail, and then when we pull it up, we'll have those little white mermaid scale areas that we can do the roses and the other flowers and the leaves and things on. Now, I probably could have used some liquid latex to protect the skin around my nails and, you know, make it so that I didn't have to do this cleanup, but it wasn't a big deal, and it was a very thin layer of white polish, so I didn't mind cleaning it up using my Royal Majestic brush and my non-acetone remover, as per usual. Now, to paint the flowers, I'm going to be using a combination of watercolor paint and regular acrylic craft paint. I've got this watercolor paint, which I don't even know where I bought it from, to be honest. I think it was just like a cheapy craft store. Now, it's very very dry when you open the lid. Well, actually, when I opened the lid, I thought, oh no, it's all dried up. But obviously, it's watercolor. You've got to add water to it. So I added some water to it, and it's really beautiful. I love it. I really, really love it. If you don't have a paint as dark as this, but you have like a royal blue or something like that, you can add a teensy bit of black to it to create a darker blue. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this paints. It's lovely. I'm going to go and get the rest of. I've got a whole set of them, and I've never even used them on my nails. Isn't that silly? Oh, well, stay tuned for more painting with this stuff because it's very nice. I'm also going to be using a very light acrylic craft paint as well, and that's from the same range of the acrylic craft paint that I normally use, my white and my black, and I'll also be using a little bit of white as well. And the brush I'll be using is my MAXI brush from the Stylish Nail Art Shop. Now, although these roses and these little flowers look really intricate and super duper detailed, they're actually not that difficult to paint. Now, I know, yeah, I can hear you all saying, yeah, that's all easy for you to say because you can do it. But it really, I really hope that you give this a go. So you start off with the lightest color, or you start off with the darkest color. It doesn't really matter. Like, for instance, I'm starting off with the lightest color with these ones. But basically, you're going to just come back in with the darker color, and then you're going to come back in with the lighter color, and then you're going to swap between the two until so it's hard to explain, but with the very tip of your fine detail brush, you're going to make sort of little swirly motions with your brush, and you're going to mix the paint on your nail, and what that does is give you sort of like a three-dimensional effect of the flower. I hope that probably doesn't make any sense at all. You can see what I'm doing. And I really hope you do try and give this a go, because I just, like all of you, or not all of you, but some of you, I was really intimidated by this kind of thing when I first saw someone do it. But I was really determined to give it a go. And I've been doing this kind of thing for a couple of years now, but it's not something I do all the time. And I don't practice religiously all the time. You know, I probably rarely do floral kind of manis like this, especially this intricately detailed, but I really do hope you give it a go. Something to remember when you're painting leaves and things like that is the thinner the paint, the thinner the line, If your paint is thick on the end of your brush, you'll end up with a thicker line. So just remember that you might want to add a little bit of water to your brush. Sorry, to the paint before you brush, before you put, anyway, you know what I mean. So with the rest of the little spaces that are available for the flowers, I'm just adding random flowers. I'm not really following exactly the design on the cup. I'm just adding random flowers to each. So I'm going to fill up each one of those little white mermaid scaly things. Moving on to the middle nail, I decided to put two lines of that Prussian blue onto the, and it was, I was trying to do really straight lines and make it really beautiful and clean and lovely. I'm using my Arco F brush from the Stylish Nail Art Shop, as I've said, I think on numerous occasions, or possibly not ever, I don't know. Using a medium liner brush is going to give you a better straight line, even though mine aren't. It is, promise you, going to give you a better straight line across the width of your nail than, you know, if you were to use a shorter brush. So yeah, I didn't do a very good job, and I have to, yeah. I didn't mind it in the end. I could have gotten rid of it and started it again, but I was really late by the time I'd got to that point, so I decided not to start again, and I decided that near enough was good enough. Now, because I hadn't used this particular watercolor paint before, I wasn't at all sure if any top coat, especially my Seche Vite, was going to smudge it, and I'm very happy to say that it didn't, so I'm really pleased about that. And it was at this stage that I decided that it was a good idea. I wasn't going to do those lines that are on the cup between the mermaid scale shapes. I wasn't going to do that, and then I changed my mind and decided to do that, again using that dark Prussian blue. I love saying Prussian blue. I love Prussian blue. I probably, if I hadn't have seen that, the name of the paint on the little pot, I would have called it indigo. I don't know, looks kind of indigo to me. Anyway, it's Prussian blue. So as you can see, we're doing the lines between the mermaid scaly things, and some people might be thinking, well, you're just getting rid of that lighter blue in the background, but I don't think so, because you can still see it. Yeah, I really love this in the end. I'm so proud of myself. Every time I do something like this in particular, I'm usually quite chuffed and proud of myself. So yeah, yay me. Once all of the lining was done and it was completely dry, and by the way, I waited about 10 minutes, as it was definitely time to make a cup of tea and have a couple of sips before I top coated this, because I still wasn't sure 100% that it was not going to smudge it. Even though it didn't smudge it before, I just wanted to make absolute sure, you know. So yeah. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. I absolutely adored it in the end. I really did. Oh gosh, and the close-up shot I was just so happy with, because you can really see, and the closer you get, it doesn't, like, I was worried that the closer you got, the less it looked like flowers, but the closer you got, the more it looked like flowers. So I think I've done my job. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. And thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.